Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. Today is Sunday, my usual. I'll be going down my granddaughter's later. It is now about 11:30 and I am knitting one of the little cardigans I'm doing to finish off for the patterns that I want to make. This is a 22" and I am now onto the left front. I've done the back and I'm onto the left front, so don't take very long. You whiz through these ones when you've got only half the stitches that you had on for the back. Anyway, I'll just finish that row and put this down. So that's what I'm doing for my patterns, but it will be just for the sell. It'll be on my eBay shop when I finish it. So I have been doing some sewing this morning as well. This is one of the little phone pouches that I'm doing for this one's for Janet. So I finished the crochet part and done the white all around, and then I pinned the lining for to go inside, and then all I have to do now is fold it. I have got the measurements off Janet for the I think it's an iPhone, I think she said she has, but I'll use my granddaughter has an iPhone, so I'll put her phone in just to make sure before I start sewing it up. I'll take a needle and some of the wool, because I do sew the sides up with I don't know what you call it. It's not an over sewn or anything like that. Just go through the stitch on one side and come back through from that side, and just go in like a zigzag down each side. But then I have to make some the cords for to put inside for to hang around your neck. All I do is I make 3 chains, 140. I'm using the 4.5. How are my hooks? Somewhere it's down there somewhere. I use the 4.5mm hook, the same as what I did the stitch with, and I just make 3 chains, 140 stitches, tie them at one end and then plait them together, and that makes a good cord, and that goes all the way around. That's just stitch it on one side. I stitch it on the inside down here, and then it's just there for to hang around your neck, so there's nothing to it. I might do when I get time, I might do a tutorial to show exactly how it's done, which is nothing to it actually. It's very quick to make, but that one will be for Janet anyway. And then I have another one for another lady. I have a look in my book, because this is a new lady. I'm not sure. I got the name from the email and I write it down in my book so I know what's for. Yeah, so that one's Janet's. I've got that Janet's. No, I haven't wrote her name down. I haven't wrote that one down in my book. I'll have to look on my phone and see. Make sure I write it down in my book. On the email. It's Margaret. I've wanted to do for Margaret. I'll have to write that down in my book. And I spent quite a bit of time on my sewing machine this morning. I've just sewn up the sides of the pouches. You can see the stitching up the sides. That's all I do on the sewing machine with these. I stitch the lining. I stitch the lining up on the sides, and then it goes inside the pouch, and I hand stitch the zip in and hand stitch the lining in, because it is a little bit awkward once you put, you know, the lining in. I have tried sewing these on the machine before, and I find it very awkward to put the zip in, and to make sure that the zip, when you put the zip in, to make sure it goes even all the way along. I stitch it in on the middle of the very top stitch all the way along there, because if you don't get it all even, you get your zip goes like that, like wavy. So I find it much better to do it by hand, and then I just put the lining inside the bag, and then hand stitch that over the top with the stitches that what I use for the zip. That's all I do for that. So that's that one ready for to put the lining in. Put the zip in first and then the lining. And then that one. That one's going to Mel, because it's just a little bit wider than the other one, and she did want it. She'd have the one that came out a little bit wider. So I have to put the same with that one. Put the lining in. The lining's been stitched, and then put the zip and the lining on, and then I have that one, which that one will be for sale because that's a spare one. That was the one I just used up the what I had left of the mercerized cotton, and I didn't have enough to do the middle part the same size as all the other ones, so I had some brown in the mercerized and a bit of the, it's not cream, it's like a fawn colour, beige colour left in the same mercerized cotton. So I'd done a few extra rows around, all the way around on that one. So that was a spare one. That was just to finish off what I had left of the mercerized cotton. So that one will be on my eBay shop sometime before midnight tomorrow night, so I don't get the or else I won't get the 70% off the selling fees on eBay. So hopefully I'll get that one on tomorrow sometime. So that's 3. I have to stitch up and the zips in and the rest in, and it was done. And I have finished the bag that I was doing for Mel. It's a bit. It's come out quite a good size, because I did, when I put the, as you can see, when you flatten it out, that is the size. If I followed the holes that were on there and just put one stitch in each hole, the bag would only come out the width of the bottom. But to make it larger, I double the stitches all the way around there, so I've got 2 stitches into each hole, and that makes it come out a little bit wider like that. So you get a larger bag. So that one's finished, and when I finish putting the lining inside the Notion pouch, that's going, one of those is going to Mel as well, be the bag and that, and I'll probably get that posted off tomorrow sometime. So that's what I have been doing up to now. Just have to finish off some of those, and then I'll be popping off down to my granddaughter's. But I'll probably be taking this knitting with me to try to finish the little cardigan. I don't know whether I'll get it finished in time for tomorrow night before midnight, because that's when the bargains. It comes on eBay. It comes on a Friday sometime, usually sometime in the morning, and I haven't until midnight on the Monday to put anything up that I have for sale to get that 70% off their selling fees, which is what I do. I try to do, if I have anything to sell, I try to keep it until that offer comes on. So that's what's going to happen with this one. Not sure whether I'll get it finished by then, but anyway, it'll be on after that anyway, because it'll be another fortnight before the offer comes back on again on eBay. So that was just a little bit to show you what I have been up to before I go off to my granddaughter's, and I will do whatever I have to. I forgot, I did a little bit of Derek's. It's getting longer, the sleeve. I'm not sure how long the sleeve is now. Derek wants his sleeve done to 17.5 inches. I had to message him and make sure he had the sleeve right, because that 17 inches is what I do for my sleeve length, and men's are usually longer. I mean, my husband wasn't very tall. He was only 5'8", I think he was. And I used to do 19-inch for his cardigans. So. But Derek says he hasn't got long arms, so I hope you're right with that measurement, Derek. So that's 11 inches I've done anyway, so I have to do another 6.5 inches and I'll be up to the armholes. And that'll be one sleeve finished. It's such a wide sleeve. With it being such a large size cardigan, the sleeves are wide as well compared to what I normally do. So it takes a lot longer to get across the row. Anyway, that's my little bit for today. So I'm just going to finish a little bit knitting before I pop off down my granddaughter. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.